Good morning and welcome to BOTB HQ in Parsons Green, South West London. My name is Christian Williams, the presenter here at BOTB, where we're here this morning to judge our latest Superdrives competition, which ran from the 8th of June to the 5th of July 2020. An incredible prize to conquer the dragon's spine. I'm now going to pass over to Robin Cumming from Onside Law, who will oversee the proceedings this morning.
Thanks, Christian. My name is Robin Cumming from Onside Law, and I'll be overseeing the judging this morning. Firstly, I confirm that the competition data has already been sent to the auditors Wilkins Kennedy. I would now like to introduce today's judges. First up, it's Matt Cannon.
Good morning, my name is Matt Cannon. I'm a senior county referee and footballer and really looking forward to playing.
Thanks, Matt. If you can now use the secure link provided and mark on the screen where you think the centre of the ball should be, and we'll then come back to you at the end for you to justify your position and for a final panel decision. Next, it's Ari Mendonca.
Hi, my name is Ari Mendonca. I've been involved in football for over 30 years, first as a player and then as a referee.
And finally, Nigel Hicks.
My name is Nigel Hicks. I've been a Supply League referee for best part of 30 years, and I'm also an experienced FA administrator.
Matt, could you please justify your position?
Yeah, we've got a few players in shot, all with very strange arm positions. For a corner, I don't know whether the sun's in their eyes coming across and they're shielding themselves. Not quite sure. I've looked at basically the two players in the middle of the shot who are in blue who are facing us. We can see their eyes. And I've looked across and I've cross-referenced the two eyes and I put the centre of the ball where my red cross is, just on the crossbar. And I think the ball again is coming over from a corner and they're just about to jump to head the ball.
Thanks, Matt. Ari, please could you justify your position?
Yes, I agree with Matt as well. So we have a few players over here with an awkward position in terms of the arms in the air. Player in the middle in blue, I think he's the favourite to get this ball. He's trying to push the player in orange. The player in orange is grabbing his shoulder, preventing him to jump. He's trying to keep his balance with his arm, his left arm up, and he's looking straight, almost passing through his hand over there. Player in blue, his teammate, is looking at the ball with the arms up. I don't know exactly what he's doing doing that movement for, and then I felt that the ball was quite close. It's like close to the post, for example, the bar, mainly because we have the referee, we have the player number 11 over there, and I felt they are looking at the ball as well. If they were looking slightly higher, the head would be tilted. So that's one of the reasons that I decided to place my cross where it is.
Thanks, Ari. Finally, Nigel, please could you justify your position?
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Okay, so I agree with some of what my fellow judges have said. I do think the player in the centre in the blue with his one arm in the air appears to be the person preparing to head the ball. I feel the ball's further away for several reasons. I think from the expression of the players, it doesn't look as though it's right on top of them and they're about to head it. I feel if it was close, the player in blue in the centre would probably have his hand down, because otherwise it's about to strike his hand. I think the player in blue behind him is trying to lean across the orange player. I think the reason his arms are at a strange angle like that is one for balance, but also I think his right arm is trying to go across the orange player to stop him interfering. He's looking, his eyes are at a slightly more elevated angle. It is difficult because we've only got three eyes here that we can see, and they're all looking at pretty much the same angle, just a question of where the ball is. For the referee and the player on the right, well, the referee would never be looking at the ball. He would always be looking at the players. I think the player in the number 11 is just trying to peer around the referee to see what's going on. I'm not convinced he's particularly looking at the ball. I think he's looking at the action.
Okay, thanks, Nigel. I think if we put the average in, it's obviously it moves between, I suppose, between myself and you and Nigel. Let me put some lines in and have a look at the spread. He's got quite a good view of this player. I'll put the average in. It's in the middle, basically between Nigel and myself, just above Aries. If I put some lines in from this player's eye, obviously it's a very narrow band of spread looking up. I'll put a different colour from this player up here. As I think Nigel said, we can only really see one of his eyes. I personally thought he was looking slightly steeper than Nigel. But again, I accept some of what Nigel was saying. I mean, there was some discussion between Ari and Nigel about where the referee will be looking, and I would accept, as Nigel said, he's been trained to not to look at the ball because the ball isn't interfering at all with what's going on, and I think especially from a corner that would be the case. Usually we'd have an assistant so they can be looking to see whether the ball's gone out of play or something from the corner. But looking at that average, I'm actually not that unhappy with it. I can understand what Nigel's saying, and I can understand what Ari's saying. And I'm obviously the lowest. So if I take myself out, it puts it sort of smack in the middle, obviously, an average of Nigel and Ari's choices. And again, if we take Nigel's out, it drops quite a lot lower to where, in between where Ari and I are. Personally, I think that with all three of us in isn't that bad a position. But again, Ari, more thoughts?
No, the average itself, it gets closer to my green cross over there. It's feasible completely with where it is the average actually. I don't disagree with this one.
Yeah, and Nigel, it obviously brings it quite a bit lower from you because two of us are south of you.
Yeah, I mean, I do feel as the ball drops, the player who in the centre, the closer it is to him, the more likely he'd be to touch it with his hand because he just couldn't get his hand out of the way. But yeah. I think the average of the three, I mean, I do like the idea that the circle should at least be touching one of the judges' crosses, and it's touching Ari's there, so I'm comfortable with that.
Yeah, the big one.
Oh no, I was going to say if I saw a picture with a ball in that position, it wouldn't look odd to me at all.
Yeah, I mean, Ari pointed out obviously that the player in orange or orange red has got hold of this guy's shoulder. Yeah. So your natural sort of body, what will you do is to lift your arm up. And I think the guy behind him maybe he's put his arms up to try and come over the top of them to head the ball, sort of a static jump. Yeah. Again, sort of probably of a defensive nature. Yeah. As a panel, however much smaller, are we happy to keep all three of our choices in and judge at this average?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll submit. Oh, turn that off. I'll judge at average there. I think we're ready, Robin.
Okay, Matt. Thank you. If you could now hit submit. The coordinates selected are 2093642. These coordinates will now be passed to Wilkins Kennedy to calculate the winner of the competition, and they will then inform best of the best. That concludes the judging process. Thank you.